watching the movie One, where he said, oh, we have to reincarnate and we are immortal until we have a great gathering in a place that's not established yet. So they were talking about the Camelot was America. That's why even the Kennedys call this shit Camelot. But you are the damn ones that's the King Arthur's court, or the Knights of the Round Table of people that will be established in the ends of the earth, as the Hermetic material says in Walter Scott's book, Hermetica, and in Copenhagen's book, Hermetica, and in G.R.S. Mead's book, Hermetica, G.R.S. Mead's book, Thrice Great Hermes, 3 volumes, and in the Nag Hammadi Library, edited by James Robinson. So we are those particular people. You see what I'm saying? But they drop on all this in the actual, now there's about 10 of these books on the tribunals of Hermes, and all this shit is Moorish science. In the comic book store, Oxford Comics is up on Piedmont. You know, they used to be with the Oxford, but they closed down, but the comic book store is still there. Oxford Comics on Piedmont, and there's a whole volume of these things put out by White Wolf Publishing from Stone Mountain, Georgia. You see, what White Wolf Publishing from Stone Mountain, Georgia has a whole thing. Now, it's interesting, because here's a book, see, this is the way they do things. They don't put it in comic books, so they'll put it in novels. That way, if you make the argument that I know some stuff now, and they ask you where you got it from, and you tell them a comic book and a novel, they go, that's not real. First of all, you don't even need to be arguing about fucking white people to white people on some knowledge. Because first of all, you can't convince a liar. This man is a liar, a world liar. And that's the inferiority of us to think that nothing is real until he gives it to us.
That's right.
So therefore, I don't even get in an argument with white people. You can't convince a liar. You understand what I'm saying? Because why am I going to argue with you? Am I going to try to establish some type of dialogue and common ground with you, the fucking enemy?
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? When I know that you are a liar and continue to lie, did you see all these stories on the damn millennium? Where's Charles Fruit? The brother who gave you the whole blood plasma. I mean, we're talking about hundreds of inventions. Well, we're not talking about suspect stuff that we don't know about that. We're talking about major inventions, inventors. Where are all these people that so-called they lining up the millennium and saying all these people that made great contributions to science? And they didn't give you one black person, they give you a goddamn Louis Armstrong? This nigga grinning and skinning? And you don't think that's by design? When they can give you this fucking hole up in this book here? And I say that now, in here with little Kim with her titties all out. Now, first of all, I must preface myself again. And, you know, all this stuff here. Now, first of all, let's preface this and all because, see, also, that's a form of the programming. So I see, so for me, the fact that I cursed and made some people jump, that means that you're programmed. See, these are programming, these are certain programs that we have received since we were children. And you got to break that. That's all the stuff that don't flow, the spiritual stuff of the millennium. You got to break all forms of programming. And I told you, well, these are not curse words, so the mere fact that I say them, you understand what I'm saying? You're supposed to be above that.
Right.
Now, we're not talking about going to no Antioch Baptist Church or out here in the street with, you know, with all the rest of the people out here. We're talking about you. You got to break this program.
Right.
So it was spiritual. The more spiritual I got, the more foul my mouth got. Right. Here's a book called The Dictionary of the Khazars. The Dictionary of the Khazars. Khazars. A lexicon novel. See, they put it on there. The Dictionary of the Khazars. A lexicon novel by Milrad Magick, Milorad Paddick. And this was a book on the Jews and how they got to be the Jews and everything about the Jews coming from Spain. But they put it in a novel, a national bestseller. That means that the Jews bought this thing up. The Dictionary of the Khazars. But when you go to the things, I want to learn some of this stuff, you go and you might not find nothing in the history section because that's the form of the science now, is to put it in novel form. You the only people that need to validate shit to white people. Get the book and make it be validity. It's, you know what I'm saying? So this is a book, the Dictionary of the Khazars, and it's all on that Moorish, Jewish thing, as well as how they control the world and all that shit. But they'll put it in a novel, so there you go, oh, no, that's a novel. No, that's a novel. Then again, you ain't got no business even arguing with Jews. This is for you to learn. You know what I'm saying? You ain't out if you're going to go back to them. Because it's not about that. Like what? Because that's the slave mentality. Somehow, if we come to common ground and I let them know I know knowledge, I know some stuff, that they'll like us. Now, the Moors got to get out of that shit.
That's what a lot of
Now, we need to break this down right now. And you hear me on this. The Moors got to get out of this thing thinking that it's the white man. We know we Moors and the white man will respect us. The white man already know you Moors.
You know?
Now, I'm not telling you not to deal with what you want to deal with, but you got to get out of this damn fantasy. You see what I'm saying? He already know you Moors. Now, it was interesting because one of the women, she's from Florida, and she's doing the nationalization thing, the nationalization movement where you get nationalized as a sovereign movement. This woman said that when she went to take a class in constitutional law in Indianapolis, Indiana, it said that the teacher got up and came back to her and shook her hand and said, I'm glad to see you in here. I'm glad that I had the chance to teach you. As if they already knew who she was. Another person came up, another white person came up and said, you know, my parents taught us about the Moors and taught us about you all when we were young, but we're not allowed to talk about it. So they already know. They already know. Now, my point here is on this, is don't be fooled. When they say good news for black America, good news for black America, about black America, but why aren't many blacks celebrating? What they're getting ready to do is they're getting ready to set us out. Because they're scared. But don't think because a person, now my point is this here now. If a man come and give you $1 million, don't be no damn fool now. But I'm saying out of respect for the ancestors, which you are the same slaves that died before, so you're getting confiscated for your own ass getting whipped in slavery.
Yeah.
But out of respect for that, you need to do it this way. We speak with forked tongues. I'm going to take your money, but I still ain't signing no goddamn peace treaty with your ass.
You know?
You understand what I'm saying? So when they go, wait a minute, hold on. Why you killing us for? I thought we paid you. No. We speak with forked tongue just like your ass.
Yeah.
So my point is, if somebody hand you some damn money, take the money. I don't give a damn. We got 2 days left. Take the money, go to the damn mall, buy you some boots, and then throw the rest in the fucking toilet. I don't care. Buy somebody, send the whole mall out with some fucking Haagen dogs or whatever. You see what I'm saying? But they gon' but this is the key. In a millennium, you're going to see these white people, they're going to start paying us off. They're scared.
What about the black people? Oh, there it goes.
There it is.
That's what I'm worried about.
Legislative Constitution, December 14, 1999. They got the picture of the black Jesus up in here. You don't know why they got this shit on here. Why they got this fucking out? See, let me tell you, they banging up against the wall. Look, Elijah Muhammad said you'll know the end when there's infighting amongst the elite, and they also say they'll give you anything when it's time for their ass to go. Now, they ain't doing more than us that this shit is up. So therefore, they put the black Jesus here. They got a picture, going to pass it around, but the people don't want to see it. They got a brother up in here with dreadlocks, and we should have moved this thing on, but when they come out of bed, I got, anything Christianity, they're going to plaster the world with it, so don't have to worry about it. You'll get a picture of this type of thing and all. Anybody want to see it? It's okay, it's on the internet. So it's on for the people, the people that's computer literate is on the internet. They had a whole contest with all types of artists from around the world to do this black Jesus. Now wait a minute, they didn't do a Chinese man, they didn't do no Arab. You see what I'm saying? They did a Negro. You see what I'm saying? And I don't know, he kind of looked kind of feminine up in there. Well, yeah. So when I saw it, I said, damn, that looks like my mama. My mama said, that looks a little like me. It's a woman?
Yes.
The model is a woman. See, it's very key. Because, see, they're doing some stuff here and also, you know, they trying to kill two birds with one stone, like the movie Dogma. How many people see the movie Dogma? Go see the movie Dogma. In the movie Dogma, they say JC was a black man. Jesus Christ was a black man. They had your boy and then Chris Rock was saying, no, they didn't add me. He's the 13th apostle. They said, why you ain't about it? He said, because I was a brother. He said, Jesus was a brother. And the people in the movie did not deny it. So they had a little white girl. She was a lineage of Jesus. And the guy said, that means you part black, ain't you? But wait a minute. If you can see now, they put it out there that Jesus was a black man. See, all this shit is connected. Don't let nobody fool you. You don't get nothing, not unless it's leading to one thing else. So whenever they put out the movie Dogma, which they dogging for the damn Catholic Church and all this mundane, organized religion, they dogging it. You see what I'm saying? Well, first of all, they say that Jesus was a black man, and then they don't deny it in the movie. Then they say that God is a woman. Then they got Atlantis Moore said they put a white woman, but you know, there was enough of them to say JC was a damn black man. That's because they scared. You see what I'm saying? All this shit is connected. Just like they got a movie called Deuce Bigelow, Male Gigolo. Now this thing here is the ultimate disrespect of black people. They got a guy in there about 400-500 pounds. And now this is the science.
Big boy? Yeah.
He's
Big boy from
400-500 pounds. And he's playing a woman. Now this is the key. He's not playing a transsexual or transvestite or he, she in a dress or whatever. His role is actually a woman. He's playing a woman. And he's talking like this. So what they're trying to say is say that black people are some type of freaky behavior. Then they got the biggest clown ever, Eddie Griffin. What's it? Yeah. He's in there. He's acting like a complete fool. He's in a damn swimming pool, dropping food in the swimming pool and picking it up, eating it. They just dogging black people in this shit. But that's what our way is. It's just like same thing now with the WB. They got all the black people to make them big. And the number one affiliate was Atlanta based on all these black people. Now that shit is all white. But if you notice, they're not doing comedy. They don't have that many white comedy shows. Now you mean to tell me you can't put some black young people in college or in a situation of love roll? Niggas will watch that shit, and white people will watch it too because that rapper and all that has made this thing so popular as far as black people. You see, especially around the world, that they would watch it too. But that's key. You see what I'm saying? You see? They got what they have? They got one?
Which one?
Yes, City of Angels CBS is premiering January 16th.
Oh, they got one.
Right at the same time as the X-Files.
Oh, okay, well, you see, but my point is all that you don't have none of these little black romance things and all. You see what I'm saying? That's all part of the whole system and all. But it's all part of the whole system. Now, I want to deal with something right now. I got all this on my mind, so let me deal with it. There's a movie now, and I'm just going to, now, you got to listen close to what I'm saying. You got to listen real close to what I'm saying. There's a movie out called Harrison Bergeron. Harrison Bergeron. It's a book. It's Kurt Vonnegut's book, short story, Harrison Bergeron, but you want to get the movie. Now, the movie is out of print. The only way you can get it is through Blockbuster. And they only have like 1 or 2 copies or maybe 1 copy, and you might have to go to different. Thank God you can do your Blockbuster card all over the city. Although they do have one at West End, first come, first served though. Now, this movie is based on if you smart, you flunk. If you dumb, you pass. Very key, because the whole key is they're trying to dumb down the people. And they say, we don't want no individuals, we want everybody to be even. You see, equality. But instead of bringing the doggone aptitude up as far as your mentality, they got everybody dumb. They got these devices on them. And whenever you start smartening up, they tighten these devices and they with this electromagnetic whatever force field, and what it does, it makes you dumber. Now, in the movie, now, this is the key. When I was around, I think sometime right after I turned 10, from that day on, I started recording the dates. I can tell you, you can tell me something, I can tell you what year it is. And whatever it is, and I think that helped me even with my lecture. I can always tell you what year something is, and I never forget the year. Now I remember the brother. This was a brother named Stovepipe. He'd be in the community 6 months. He'd be in jail another 6 months. Every time I knew him, he's always been in prison, but he always knew the dates. And he said, "Always remember the year, because you'll never be wrong." Because months, that's getting a little tedious, but the year. So, it's interesting because the movie came out in 1994, okay? 1994. So that means the movie came out in 1994. The movie can be shot 6 months to a year before it actually comes on, okay? Now, remember the date, 1994. Now, in the movie, they're talking about this equality, and all the sports speakers have to wear these bands to give them a handicap, because they can't have real advanced talent because everybody's supposed to be on the same level. Meanwhile, because the whole key is to dumb you down. And that's what they got fucking #1 BET is for that. That's to dumb your ass down. If they can dumb you down, you see what I'm saying? Whereas knowledge is non-existent, then what will happen is analytical ability will become abnormal. You know when you say something, analyze something around black people is dead, their body go into shock? Oh, I don't believe that. That's because analytical ability is, if you keep people ignorant for so long, and then what you do is you celebrate ignorance. That's what you see all on the fucking BET and shit. From the damn rappers to the comic view, and you celebrate ignorance as something to be admired, then what will happen is analytical ability will become abnormal. We've always had this in the community where we are shunned education. Yeah. Fuck the dumb shit now. We talk, you know what I'm saying? And not just these black people, that's America, period, right? Getting on the nerd case. But the key here is analytical ability and good thought. Our consciousness becomes abnormal. You see, and it's like going in the shop. You get a drunk, something as simple as water. You're like, what's that? See, so that's because the body goes in the shock. So that's what they're doing on this damn BET. But in the movie, they said, well, we started doing it with the athletes and all of that. And she said, we started it in 1990. She said, we started it in the 20, because this movie is like 2050 something. But they're all wearing 1950s clothing. Because that's when that McCarthyism, and they tell you that's when America was most happiest. America was most happiest, like Richard Pryor said, when wasn't no niggas in the 50s. So what y'all waiting on are the 40s. We waiting on the 60s. We gonna pitch a bitch in the 60s. So they say it was most happiest before we knew they had some niggas. Even Ronald Reagan said that shit when he was debating Jimmy Carter. He said even before America even knew they had a racial problem. Right. Now, one of the keys here, they're talking about the good old 50s. So they're all walking around in 1950, regalia and clothes and all this type of stuff and all of the living rooms and all that shit. And they got them dumbed down and everything is stupid. And it's interesting here. Now, let me know if you know this. If you notice this. He came to his father. This is all about a guy named Harrison Bergeron, which is this smart fellow. There's a boy in high school. He flunked 3 or 4 times because he was smart. And he is the guy that played Rudy, Sean Austin, the guy that played in the movie Rudy. Anyway, he goes to his father and says, can I talk to you about something? He's trying to talk to his father about something. And the father just goes, he just shorts out for a minute. He said, Dad, oh yeah, go ahead on, son. Now, how many people you know right now, you can talk about anything with your parents or black people around you. You can talk about anything. You can talk about cars, the Z9 this and the 280 and the Z14 and the 300Z and the 300 model, all these goddamn numbers and shit. And you can talk about cars and you can talk about all this shit. And as soon as you get on to something consciousness, they get quiet. They get quiet. That's because they have programmed them for that. And this is some new shit. We'll get into that in a few minutes. But in the movie, they say it all started. They say with Michael Jordan. They say whenever he retired, and then came back and kicked ass. Now we got a problem. Remember I told you that I remember dates? The movie came out in 1994. Michael Jordan retired fall of 1993. He did not come back until the spring of 1996. Wait a minute, do you hear what the fuck I'm saying here? These people, in 1994, did a movie on how Jordan is going to retire. Remember when they do the movie, they might do it 6 months to a year before they even release it. So they could have been making it before Michael Jordan even announced the retirement. Do you understand what this shit is saying? These people in this movie made a movie in 1994 on Michael Jordan retiring. And in the movie they said he came back and kicked ass anyway. He won 2 championships, 1997 and 1998. How the hell would they know that in 1994? You understand what I'm saying? This movie is proving that everything around us, nothing is real. Nothing. Everything is by design. Do you get what I'm saying? This man, they make a movie in 1993, basically. But even if it came out as late as 1994, how in the movie can they say that he retired? Well, first of all, you go, well, he did retire in 93, so maybe they made it and they put that in there. That he retired. First of all, the movie has to have a screenplay and all that shit before they even say, okay, this is what we're going to put in there.
A year before that.
Yeah. So how it is they going to make a movie, they say he retired, then they give you a 6-year radius of when he comes back, kicks ass, win 2 championships. Remember when he first came back the first year, he didn't win. So how the hell they say he going to kick ass? You understand about this? But it's the date on the movie. 1994, the movie was not even released in video until 1995, and he wasn't even back into the NBA when the movie came to video. Look at the science. Called Harrison Bergeron, Sean Austin, and Christopher Plummer is in the movie. And basically, when you look at the movie, this is not about white people, although it might be about the masses. This is about your ass. Although they don't get might have a few black people in it. When you look at the movie, it's about you. And they get rid of jazz and they get rid of all types of stuff. Well, that's right, you ain't listening to shit now, but some bullshit with this whole with us titties all out. How the hell you go from talking all kind of genius stuff to talk about Little Kim? You see what I'm saying? Or wearing t-shirts with fucking your boy, Tupac, like he's the Messiah. Oh, but you are wrong, but you don't understand. You got to, we are dumbed down. Anybody get what the fuck I'm saying? I'm not trying to be an elitist.
Yeah, I know.
We are dumbed down. Anytime you understand?
Dumbed us down.
They dumbed us down.
Yeah.
You see? And that's what the movie's about, how you dumb everybody down.
Did you see the new commercial?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, all of it is symbolic. All of it is symbolic. They got some, you might see it on the side of the buses. And you might see it on some billboards. They got some black woman on the side of a bus in black and white. It looked like Hattie McDaniel or somebody like the big bug-eyed men they had in the 1930s. Stephen Fetchit, Aunt Jemima, they got a big picture of this shit, and it's not by this. Some people say, oh, that's just a heavy black, but no, this shit is, when you see this, you clearly know this is some Aunt Jemima shit. And it's on some type of commercial by some computers or some kind of stuff. Mind frame. That's by design. You'll see it on the, you'll know it when you see it's a big old picture of a big old ham hock eating, shit and eating black woman from 1930. Going into the year 2000, which leads us to the whole Cain shit. Because of all, now, this is very key.
Ooh, I knew you were going to do
This is key. The Cain thing, y'all all right? This is serious stuff. This is real serious. Now,
Come on.
First of all, it is not by accident that they would announce that this thing was a conspiracy in a couple of weeks before the year 2000. First of all, they already know that based on their laws and based on what they have studied on us, they got to give up some shit to save some face
That's right.
to get over the hump. They've been apologizing for the last 3-4 years. So they're going to come out and say that it was a conspiracy. Now, first of all, number one, everybody in the damn America knew it was a conspiracy.
Right.
But see, this is testing you as being a savage, slave people. Not you, but our people. We really messed up.
Yep.
Now, you got to look at the science on this. I told you that look for some major things to happen right before Christmas and even at the first of 2000 to distract your mind from what's spiritually happening. If they can distract you, you understand? If they can distract you, they can distract your conscious mind. They can leave your subconscious mind wide open, and then they can shut it down and keep it dormant.
Right.
To show you also how this is also done in a few minutes. But the key here is, what better distraction? Number one, they set it out there first. They guessed it was a conspiracy. Then they left it. Now that means they said, then this was a forecast. That means that we're going to have to start these trials. We're going to really go into the investigation soon. That's what they said. So that means all the new year they're going to be dealing with this Kane shit. Okay? Now here's this old asshole, Coretta Cha-Ching Kane. That's what Kimmer and them, the white people call him Coretta Cha-Ching Kane. Cash it in. Now, this idiot says, now, and her whole family, now, I can bring closure. What the fuck? But this is the key to get me. This is showing how savage we are. You don't bring closure to it yourself. You don't come up with the conclusion that they murdered him and it was a conspiracy. It's only closure and a conclusion when the white man say this shit.
You know?
That's the same thing when he said, now, that's what makes us such punktified people. We know things in our damn heart. You know? We know shit in our heart. That's right. But see, that's the problem with us. See, we're real piss-poor people, whereas we don't make no stand and go, no, this is the way this shit is. And that's the bottom fucking line. You can't say you're a world-class people. Even us, you can't even say you believe in God. And wait for the crack of your enemy to validate your own existence.
Come on, thank you.
That's just like in 1999. Every nigga knew since the 1930s they've been pumping drugs in the black community. That ain't nothing new. Then the white boy come out in down 96 and say, oh yeah, we might have put the crack in the community. And then the niggas go all crazy. Then the fools, because we're so idiotic, we say we're going to let you investigate yourself.
Exactly.
This is a conspiracy telling the conspirator to investigate themselves. And these fools say, can you believe these assholes? I can see them down in the back room laughing. Because, you know, these are all these congressional niggas. Say, can you believe these idiots? When are we going to get some black person with balls?
Okay.
If they find a real black person in the damn New Year, you're going to have to go to a museum. You see what I'm saying? I said, can you believe these fools? They asked us to investigate ourselves. They came out, what, 2 months later and said, oh, we didn't find no findings. And then you go, okay, I guess you didn't find no findings. We've been knowing this for years. It's become a cliche. We don't want no planes, no trains, no what you call. They've been pumping the drugs. We've been knowing this for years. How it is you know something to be your own reality amongst yourself, and nationally you let the damn man decide, the same damn enemy decide the shit. It's all of a fucking sudden. She's talking about we can bring closure and we are making history. Motherfucker, you're supposed to make your own history. All this stuff about our story against his story, and they're bringing this bullshit out. With the King thing. You see what I'm saying? That's a whole Frankenstein family. None of them married. None of them. You see what I'm saying? This shit is crazy. You see, but it's all a part of the whole science of mind control. Same time that came down, they announced about the Biggest Small shit. About Biggest Small, and said it was the LAPD, who just so happens to be in prison. for some baby brother, some man killed him. You understand what I'm saying? Who just so happened to be in prison. And they let that whole thing out. Doing the same time. That's all by design. To get you all discussing. Same time they're announcing about the whole King thing, they find the black guy in the Chattahoochee River all duct taped with the race war shit. It's all a part of the same damn design.
That's right.
It's all a part of, if you go into the summer solstice, or you go into the winter solstice, and they know it's spiritual things happening, and instead of you doing magic, you sitting around talking about a nigga that died 30 years ago, who was a government agent then. That's all a part of the doggone mind control. You got to understand what's going down. So let me show you how this thing is done.